Hello, I'm Cat, and earlier this year in Snapshots, Minecraft removed two world type options, the Amplified option and the Large Biomes option. People were very excited this last week when Amplified came back to the game, but very few people have spoken about Large Biomes, and fewer yet have suggested bringing it to the Bedrock version of the game. So why do people not want this feature very much? Why is it not very exciting to people? Allow me to explain why Large Biomes is the worst world type that Minecraft has to offer, and then even allow me to show you that Minecraft themselves found a solution to this years ago that they just haven't implemented anywhere else besides the discontinued editions of the game. But let's show you what Large Biomes is first of all. So when you load up a new world on the Bedrock edition of the game in 1.18, you have to choose between flat and infinite world types. On the Java edition, you have Amplified, you have Single Biome, which you can pick any single biome, then you also have the default world type, which is infinite, and then you have Super Flat, which you can also customize, and then finally there is the Large Biomes world type. And if you hadn't heard of Large Biomes, it sounds like a really good idea, so allow me to show you a world with the Large Biomes world type on, and then we'll show you a second one with the Large Biomes world type off. As you can see, with it on, look how big this jungle we've spawned into is. It goes all the way over there, and it goes all the way over there, and I'm just kidding. Even though this is a huge jungle on the everything seed, apparently in 1.18 it's not a great seed, this is actually the default biome type. This is normal biomes, this is Large Biomes turned off. Allow me to show you what this same seed actually looks like with large biomes on, because it looks like we could head in this direction for quite a while. Bear in mind we're flying, by the way. In survival, you don't have access to flying when you first spawn in, so you'd have to walk all of this distance across all of this jungle in what, in my opinion, is already too big of a biome, right? So this is what it looks like normally, and if we maybe turn on Large Biomes. I'm gonna level with you here, actually. I was sure we'd spawn in a jungle, and it would just be a bigger jungle, but actually we spawned on a shipwreck with this is the exact same seed, but with 1.18 large biomes. Something is this can't be correct. No, I have just confirmed it is the same seed, large biomes just distorts things that much, which is truly quite incredible, actually. Okay, so I figured they would have distorted the biomes from spawn, but instead what they do is they just distort all of the biomes in Minecraft to make them significantly larger, which is great news if you want big biomes. Like, haven't you always wanted to have giant oceans with basically no land in them? Yeah, that's what people want, right? Because it's the dream of the seed. I'll admit. If we ignore this, actually really cool seed of spawning on a boat, then you can look around and you can see that, like, okay, this is an endless ocean that previously in normal Minecraft is already too big. But allow me to show you how far we're gonna have to go with large biomes on to find the end of this. Because you might think, oh, we're there. No, we're not there. This is part of the ocean biome, these little land masses. So how far do we have to fly? Okay, I think we're finally here. I traveled for so much longer than I thought I would have to. I thought it'd be like a couple thousand blocks. It was so many thousands. And now I found a birch forest, which admittedly does have a lava pit, so it's a nice birch forest. But how big do you think the birch forest is? Bear in mind how big they normally are in Minecraft and how big forests you would like them to be. I mean, how many trees do you want from a forest biome? The answer should almost never be this many. We are surrounded by forest in all directions as far as we can see, and you know what happens if we keep going in this direction? We find bigger and bigger forests. So this is actually a perfect world type option for people out there who think themselves like, man, I wish Minecraft was more realistic and had bigger biome sizes like real life. In real life, you don't just go straight from the deserts of Egypt to the snowy plateaus of, like Iceland or whatever. No, you have to get in a boat. You have to travel for insane amounts of time that are not fun in a video game sense. If your thing is realism above all else, then Large Biomes has something for you. I mean, the length of this forest is even under realistic, I would say. It needs to be bigger. But if your goal in Minecraft is to have fun, and you think to yourself, okay, I'm in a forest now, I'd love to find another biome because I want to find, I don't know, let's say some sand, because I really, really want to make some glass. And it's like, well, actually you can use beaches for that, and I guess you should. But you want to find cactus because you really want green dye, and for some reason you can't craft blue and yellow dye together. You have to use green dye. It's like, yeah, you better travel thousands of blocks and then desperately pray that the next biome is a desert biome, and it's not. It's a plains biome. So here is a village, here is a lovely river, and now you have to walk for thousands of blocks of plains biome, desperately hoping the next one is a desert. And again, in a way, this is a challenge, but it's not the challenge that's fun, that people like, where you're really, really pushing yourself to the limit. It's the sort of challenge where you just spend an extra half an hour doing anything that involves exploration, and to me, that is not a fun type of challenge. Just demanding more time for the exact same thing is not the ideal challenge, in my opinion. And so yeah, this is what large biomes actually is. It is ludicrously long biomes that just go on forever. And it's funny though, because this is one of my complaints about regular Minecraft too. Some biomes are just too big. I would use the jungle as a classic example of like one that is just always bigger than you ever want it to be, right? It goes on forever and ever and ever. You know, biomes are too big in default Minecraft. The ocean too. You can spend most of 1,000 blocks, if not longer, traveling out in the ocean and not find anything. That's not a fun adventure. That's just leaving everything behind. In fact, let's do the exact same thing we did before, but right now, and show you how it's already pretty unbearable on normal biomes. Oh, and you know what the worst bit is? After that entire journey, which was shorter than on large biomes, but was still probably too big for its own good, we still just end up at another jungle biome. But yeah, look at the size of this jungle biome, then the size of this plains biome, which is, you know, pretty medium size, and then this savanna biome. This is the ideal to me, being able to have lots of biomes within, you know, reaching distance, so you can get some savanna trees if you want them. Everyone loves acacia wood. You can get yourself some, you know, regular forest if you want to get a huge amount of wood for a project, or you've got the jungle over there, potentially of a jungle temple, and then you've got this big plains that's perfect for building in, or on top of the ravine if you really want to do something like that. I love that the world gives you options about what you're going to do. Do you want cactuses? Good news, we can see there's a desert just at the edge of the red distance. This is to me my ideal biome size, and the fact that sometimes you're in an ocean for thousands of blocks doesn't seem like fun gameplay to me. It seems like the opposite. It seems like a tedious chore being added on the top, especially when you're searching for some of Minecraft's rarer features. Like, you really want to find a mesa biome. Good luck finding that anytime soon. If you really want to find a woodland mansion or, let's say, a jungle temple, those are hard structures to find when Minecraft is as stingy as it is with changing biomes. And that's why, in my opinion, the real solution that Minecraft needs to implement is not having larger biomes. That's not what anyone's asked for that I've ever heard of. I've not heard a single person be excited about large biomes coming back, but instead would be to implement smaller biomes. And it's a shame because, you know, adding smaller biomes to the game is just technically impossible. They have to be the size they are. There's no way of changing them. And of course I'm joking when I say that, because this is Minecraft Console Edition. It'll always say the name of the console you're playing on and then Edition, and it's been not updated since, you know, not too long from now, 4 years ago now, 5 years ago. It's very depressing, but this is Minecraft Console Edition, and when you load up a new world in Console Edition, do you know what happens? You go in here, you see that, like, okay, we've got the option for survival, creative, peaceful, normal, easy, hard, etc. The normal things, texture packs if you really, really want them, but then also on top of that, we have more options where we find a lot of really cool things. Find Balanced Seed is a really great example of something that could definitely benefit both versions of Minecraft. Amplified worlds, they exist here on a version of the game that's been discontinued for half a decade, but then also we have world size. Admittedly, the /world border command on Java kind of covers this, but Minecraft Bedrock has no such feature yet. And then finally, a feature that neither Java nor Bedrock has properly implemented, the Biome Scale. This allows you to pick the size of your biomes. You can go for medium biomes, and you can have maybe like, you know, like you can have, you know, fewer biomes, but like their normal size. You can go for large biomes if you want these huge behemoth biomes that actually look kind of realistic, and then there's small biomes, and let's show you what happens when you load up a world like this, because even though it looks a little bit ridiculous, it is the best way to play Minecraft, in my opinion. So we're going to load up a world with the small biome size, and I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. We're going to use the same seed from before, just so it's a fair test. Although obviously it's worth mentioning, this is a different seed engine from a different platform that hasn't updated in 4 years. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, unlike the previous ones, I can even do this in survival. Get how crazy all of this is. And also, by the way, you might notice that compared to the loading times, of either of those, it's also slightly faster. So this is the small biome world size option. As you can see, biomes aren't so ridiculously small that it's comical. Although actually, man, it's been so long since I saw Minecraft console. Like the colors look different, and like, man, I'm missing out. The hotbar's raised up. It's very sad to look at. Anyway, so it's been too long since I played this version of the game, I'll admit. But if you look around at the biome size, you can see this is like almost like a mountain. It's got Birch Forest as well as spruce biomes up there, as well as the fact that there's a regular forest. There's a miniature plains over here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, there isn't. There's definitely a plains over here though, because there's a village. Should we go to the village? Check that out. Do you want to see what it looks like? I bet you do. So yeah, if we go over to the village, you can see, okay, it's an old style village because, you know, 2016 was the last update or whatever it was. And then if we look over here, you can see there's a mountain or an extreme hills because this is very, very old. How many times do I need to say that? And you can see that you've got a lot of variety right next to spawn, and it does kind of cohesively fit. It doesn't look too dissimilar to current Minecraft, but it makes it so much easier to find all of these different, you know, like options should you want to. Also, let's use our map and work out where we're going. But yeah, to give a better example of how great this is, in my opinion, allow me to just go for a little bit of a walk across this world, and I'll count the number of biomes I walk through. So this is a taiga biome that I started in. Now I'm walking into an extreme hills, and now I'm walking into a forest. They're kind of side by side, so it's an unfair comparison, but guess what? We're making it anyway. I can make all the unfair comparisons I want to. Then we're gonna walk, it looks like it's actually quite a big forest for a small biome type, because we're finding lots of wolves and a surprising number of sheep. Please watch out, there are wolves back there. And then what's this at the end? We find ourselves a plains biome. The plains biome is one of Minecraft's best, and being able to have some access to it is great. And then just over there is, I think it's actually a beach going onto the side of a mountain, so that's kind of fun. Oh, did I have Amplified activated this whole time? I think I did. I think we need to turn off Amplified to get a fairer example. Okay, I've loaded up the same world, but without Amplified turned on, because you can see things a lot easier here. And allow me to show you what happens if we just go in a random direction. So we go from a spruce biome, a taiga biome, into a forest biome, into a plains biome, into a beach biome, into an ocean biome, which is kind of fun, back into a forest biome, back into an ocean. Again, even with small biomes, you're obviously going to have repeat biomes sometimes. Now we're into a desert, which is the 5th world type. Then we're back into a plains. Here's a woodland mansion, because their spawn rate is massively increased to compensate for the smaller worlds. And then there is a roof forest, obviously to have the woodland mansion spawning in it. Then we're going back to a plains, back into a roof forest, back into a plains, back into an extreme hills biome. And then if we go up and over this thing, which is admittedly a little harder to do in survival, wow, we're on top of the world. Nothing can stop us now. Then if we go back down into a plains, back into a river, back into an extreme hills, back into a forest, back into an extreme hills, continue on for a bit. We're in another plains biome, another forest, and then we missed the swamp just over there though. Then we're going into a roof forest, we're going into a regular forest, a birch forest, a river / a swamp, then an extreme hills, then a forest, and you get what I'm saying? The biome variety is so much better, and it means you get a much better smattering of all of the biomes. If you really want, you can hide this behind a cheat if you want to. If you really want, you can make this one of the quirky world types that you hide behind a setting, or in the, you know, one of the customized world type options. But giving players more options to customize their world is a great idea to allow the sort of player who is intimidated by traveling and the time taken in Minecraft to be able to have access to things like this. Look how many biomes I can see within one distance. There's a plains, there's a savanna, there's a forest, there's an extreme hills, I'm in a desert, it's amazing to me what you can accomplish if you just turn down the biome size, and I don't know why no one else has considered that until just now. And so yeah, that is my kind of response to developers. Oftentimes, like, we spend a lot of time focusing on new things that could improve Minecraft, and I'm sure a lot of people do, you know, a lot of developers really actively want Minecraft to be a better place. However, you know, and you know, people who make the game, you know, like bigger and better, etc. Would it be cooler if instead of trying to make new ideas that are hard and don't always work, we take a look at things that Minecraft has already tried, just in a different version of the game, and we look at those and we say, yeah, actually, this is pretty cool. There are lots of weird benefits of this, and so yeah, that's what I think we should be more inclined to do in the future, is just say, actually, Minecraft has lots of weird versions out there with lots of weird features that might work well in the main versions, because this is a real Minecraft game made by real Minecraft developers, or former real Minecraft developers. They're making something else right now. I would love to know what 4J is up to, but that's a different point for a different time. I hope you all enjoyed this video, because I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye. Caves and Cliffs is coming out soon, huh? That's exciting. Jesus Christ, that is